Joy Breakfast, the nation's favourite rainbow breakfast show.
We are talking more sports ball this morning, and approximately 2 years ago, Adelaide United superstar Josh Cavallo had this to say.
Hi everyone, it's Josh Cavallo here. I'm at my home here in Adelaide. There's something personal that I need to share with everyone. I'm a footballer and I'm gay.
Josh, welcome to Joy Brekkie.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
So back then, one player in 130,000 players in the world. Now, are you still the only professional football player, and when we say football, we mean soccer, who's come out as gay? I mean, it's been a few years now.
Yeah, well, we're still struggling quite a bit. We do have athletes that have come out, but in the top tier divisions, we don't have an active gay professional player still. So I am the lone one. But on the positive side of things, there have been thousands and thousands of amateur soccer players that have come out since, which has been absolutely incredible. And I feel incredibly honoured to have guided these people and to be helping ears for them and give them advice. But yet in the professional game of the Division 1 around the world, we're still struggling a little bit on this.
It's so inspirational what you've done, and of course we do relate this news to male players as well. But for those who weren't across your news, can you just describe like the moments after you came out and the responses that you received?
Yeah, so it was quite overwhelming, I would say. I made an announcement to my coach and my team, and then after doing that, after stepping out of the change rooms, I pressed post on social media, and it was just a video of myself explaining who I was and who I wanted to be, and coming out as Josh Cavallo, the human side of me, as well as, the professional athlete. And for me, that was the time where my life changed, the overwhelming response I got. And yes, there was so much negativity because it was the first person to come out. And I knew coming out in the world of soccer or football, people might say that it is a very toxic masculinity sport, and it's very hard to have an opinion, and it's very old-fashioned the way the sport's played and how people talk about it. So I knew there was going to be criticised quite a bit, but look, I got such a big hug from everyone, and the response was absolutely phenomenal across the whole round world. And it's also left me today to have a platform where I can make other people's lives that was walking this similar path of mine easier, and being able to do that has been absolutely incredible, and it's just something I'm going to continue doing.
Apparently you received 500,000 responses in 30 minutes. That must have been hugely overwhelming at the time.
Definitely. That was something where my manager and I was like, I have to reply to every single message. Everyone is saying something really nice. I have to reply and open it. And he's like, Josh, just calm down, mate. Just put your phone down. Just relax. And it went on for about 2 weeks where I was just on 2 hours of sleep a day. I was just on my phone all the time. And I was just trying to reply to as many as I can. And, it was a very emotional time for me as well, because I didn't realize how much of an impact something like this would have around the world. So it was really nice to see the love and support I got from people, and to see how this affected individuals in their own life. So it was a cool moment for me. That's why I had such an emotional attachment to open up these messages and replying to these beautiful people.
That is amazing. Now, there is a phrase, you cannot be what you cannot see. Is this something that rings true for you, being visible?
Yeah, definitely. When I was growing up, I didn't have that role model in the world of football where I would look up and say, hey, he's gay, he's active, he's out, and he's happy and he's playing, he's very successful in the world of football. And he's actually his own personality. He's actually his own self. He's not being masked and something like that. So I didn't have that growing up. And it took me so long to understand why. Why haven't we done this? This is ridiculous. Why am I the first person to do this? Are you joking me? It's absolutely ridiculous topic to even be talking about. So now 2 years on, trying to be the best I can be on the field and off the field as an athlete. I understand that I'm Josh Cavallo, the Adelaide United footballer, but also I am a person outside of that.
Yes.
I am a human. I have a family, and it's like great to show the human side of everything. And sometimes it's not okay to be okay. Like there's so many different things that people don't really understand. And, in the public as an athlete, you show particular things and you want to be strong and you want to be successful. But there's also this vulnerable side to people where things don't go well, or, there's things that people are struggling with that no one knows about. I hid this for so long, and there's so many other athletes right now that are dealing with the same thing that can't find an escape adventure or can't find somewhere where they can be themselves. So I hope I'm an example for that, and they can see that and take something out of that and help in their own personal journey.
Absolutely.
Look, just reflecting on the whole experience, it just must feel great knowing that you're really paving the way for others to be their authentic selves. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's nice, yes, but on the other side of things, we still have a lot of work to do in the world of football. They're looking at hosting the next World Cup in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Or Qatar, and this is somewhere where it's forbidden for people like yourself and I to be ourselves, right? So at the end of the day, I have ambitions to play for my country. That's my dream, to do that. And to know that my country is going to be playing in Qatar, in a country where I can't be myself, that's the epitome. That's my Olympics, to go to a World Cup and to represent my country, and to know that it's in a place where I'm not safe. It does question a lot of things. It questions my safety. It questions if it's worth me risking my life going to something like this, And in the world of football, it's great that we have me that's come out. No worries. That's fantastic. But we need to do more. There's still so much that needs to be fixed and so much that needs to be filled that, I have limitations now as a footballer. I can't play in certain countries where I can get offers and deals where it will benefit me financially or will benefit my career. I have to be careful where I go now because, as people know, I'm out and playing, but it also comes with some sacrifices now that I didn't have when I wasn't out before.
Yeah. True. You touched on homophobia before, and the AFL actually started fighting players for homophobic slurs. Do you agree this should be done in football? And have you had any slurs thrown at you on the field?
Unfortunately, yes. I have had multiple occasions of slurs thrown at me on the field, but I try and take the positive spin out of it. And I just think in those times where it's very difficult and I feel like I'm in a dark room where it's just, there's no hope that, I go back to those messages and I go back to those times where people say really nice things. And sometimes, when I'm in the street or wherever I am in public, if someone was to approach me and if it was a little boy or a little girl, and then I have a chat with them and they talking about how much of a hero or an inspiration I am to them in their world, and that touches my heart, and that's when I go, okay, it's worth what I've done, and it is having an impact on the community and the environment. And I just want people to be able to live themselves. I'd hate to hear someone that's hidden their whole life for so long, and I didn't want to be that person that's coming out at 40 and wasted. Or not wasted, but I could have come out when I was younger. And I'm glad I came out when I did. I wish I did it sooner. But it also comes with this huge backlash and this huge stigma around it that, you know what, I'm a strong person and I can help change this. And I won't be the solution for this. And I'm only one person, but I'll do my best to try and make a better place for everyone in the world of football and the LGBTQ space.
Oh, I love that.
Lovely. Now, Josh, I can't have you on the line and not ask you about Drag Race. I'm a huge Drag Race fan. Can you tell us a little bit just about that experience? And were you a fan of drag before you went on the show?
Yes. A lot of my close friends are drag queens. And I always said to my manager, there's two things I wanted to do in life. And that's, I wanted to meet RuPaul and I wanted to meet Rihanna. And when I got a phone call one day to say that I was asked to be on as a guest judge on RuPaul Drag Race, I thought my manager was taking the piss, and I thought he was pulling my leg. And I didn't know. It was a definite pinch me moment. And to see the experience and to go there, and it was in Auckland where we did the filming, it was absolutely phenomenal. The day just went so quickly, and I was just gagged when RuPaul walked in. I was like, what is going on here? This is insane. But to see him in flesh and to have a chat with him, and it was a really nice conversation that we had. He came into my demountable where I was getting ready, and we had a chat, and he was saying how, you know, in his space, he's been like one of the first and a huge role model, and he feels like that's something similar that I've done in the world of football. So it's really nice to hear something like that, and it's absolutely beautiful to come out of RuPaul's mouth. But it was a really nice experience, as I said, and like I wish I could have that day all over again. It was an incredible moment. I'll remember for the rest of my life, definitely.
Oh, that's amazing. Josh Cavallo, you are an inspiration. Thank you so much for chatting to us on Joy Brecky.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Have a lovely day.